Cheating in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is completely out of control. I've already made videos on this game about the AI and the events in this game, but the cheating aspect is a whole new level of bad. So in today's video, we're going to investigate the situation and let's see what Treyarch and Activision are going to do about it. Spoiler alert, it's not very much. So we're going to get straight into this by showing the cheaters in action really. I've got a clip from Call of Duty Black Ops 6 multiplayer which demonstrates just how bad the cheating can really get. When I saw this clip on YouTube, I was absolutely fuming, to be quite honest with you. I was not happy at all with this situation. I do not understand why people need to go out of their way to make a hack so they can just cheat at a game of Call of Duty. You've clearly got no life and nothing better to do if you're willing to do that, because people spend a lot of money on these games, upwards of $70 plus depending on what they buy and how they do it and all the rest of it. This is just disgraceful. I mean, the fact that people having their experiences ruined because you're sitting there aimbotting, winning all the matches is just completely mind-boggling to me, because people are going to quit the game and move on to something else as a result of these cheaters alone. Big Call of Duty streamers have had to experience this. I've experienced this personally multiple times where people have been glitching out of the map, aimbotting and demonstrating things like this. The worst part of this is, in particular with this clip, this guy was not only promoting the cheats and the hacks, he was literally telling you how to download them at the beginning of the video. I don't want to show this because I don't want you guys to think I'm part of the situation or anything like that, and I don't want to know, to be quite honest with you, because it's just something I don't want to get myself involved in. It is completely out of control and it needs to be addressed now, otherwise Call of Duty is going to go down a very, very dark path, and it's already on that path already, but it's going to go even further into it than it already is. You've just seen how broken it is, and there's many more clips on YouTube, TikTok, you name it, out there of people showing off the cheats. It's completely insane. I do not understand how these are up on YouTube. It's completely beyond me, and it needs to be addressed now. Even big Call of Duty YouTubers, streamers, etc. are actually quitting the game and moving on to something else. Most famously, someone called Nadeshot, who is one of the biggest Call of Duty streamers, YouTubers of all time. It is completely insane that he has quit the game, and it's not just the hacking issue that he's upset about. He's upset about the network performance issues, the lagging, the skill-based matchmaking, etc. Many problems that are in this game, and quite frankly he can't take it anymore, so he decided to quit. So I'm going to play a clip that's about 3 to 4 minutes long of his 16-minute video, which I will link in the description below as well, of him just explaining why he's had enough with the game really.
I think there's a really big problem with Call of Duty right now, and this problem has been an issue since the game was released, or in my opinion, actually, when they released ranked play. I actually love this game, brother. I love Black Ops 6. The core mechanics are addictive. I think they're rewarding. I think the gunfights are fun when you feel like you've had a fair gunfight, but ever since ranked play was released, I think Call of Duty, all the shortcuts that they have taken from a server performance, a server protection, I think Call of Duty has just continued to take shortcuts over and over and over again when it comes to investing in the health and quality of the game. You know, this has been a really big complaint from my perspective, from my end, for many years now. You know, if you take a Call of Duty player and you send them over to a game like Valorant, where the game itself from the ground up was built around making sure that you have a fair and competitive gaming experience when you tap into a game of ranked, but not only, you know, like the health and quality of the game, but also the way that it feels when you're playing on those servers. I think if you boil it down to a number, Valorant servers are comparable to like 128 tick rate. Tick rate is you know, from the village idiot over here's understanding of it, how often the server is like pinging back and forth to each player. And like the way that your bullets connect and the way that the game reacts to your input on the keyboard and mouse versus other players is how quickly you're getting a response back from the server. For anyone that doesn't know, Call of Duty for years, I mean, really since like I think the dawn of Call of Duty, they are on 10 to 16 to 20 something tick rate servers. Listen, I'm not trying to speak objective facts, I would say, just because I don't have a network background. Warzone is 10 tick rate for pubs, 20 for ranked, and multiplayer is dynamic up to 24. When I hear that compared to what I've experienced on Valorant and what they provide over on Counter-Strike, they're not even in the same ballpark, dude. They're not even in the same category of class when it comes to the publisher and what the studios that have created the game are actually providing for the community. Just think that is a massive, massive, massive problem that has gone overlooked for so long when it comes to Call of Duty. I think that they have always prided or taken a lot of pride in. They've had a massive player base, just hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people playing this game over the course of the last 2 decades. And for a long time, I think this game has always been like, oh, I'm coming home from work and I'm going to play with the boys for a couple hours and I'm going to kick back a few brewskis. And from my perspective, I think Call of Duty has taken pride in that type of audience, that type of casual player base. And so they've never really felt the need to invest in servers that perform better and faster and more efficiently, because I think they believe that the players that are truly making up the network of players that they have, using their game and playing their game every day, they won't notice the difference, and they don't actually care. And so if they don't actually care and this is a casual game, then why are we going to spend more money on server performance when we're not going to see any benefit to it? And I don't mean us as players. I mean, ourselves as if, we're talking from Activision's perspective. That is one of the biggest reasons why we continue to be served just a handful of shit every single year when we play this game. Honestly, if I'm sitting back from Activision's perspective, one of the worst decisions they could have made, even though we had been asking and begging for it for years, was to introduce ranked play into the ecosystem of Call of Duty. As the video game industry has grown, I think the focus of Twitch, at least beyond Grand Theft Auto and a few other outliers, people love to play games that are competitive, that have a ranked system that is rewarding and rewards you for getting better at the game. And for me, as a young kid, ranked play in any game is the only reason what gets me hooked. It's the only thing that makes me want to play it more.
So Nadeshot in this clip actually states right at the beginning that he actually enjoys Call of Duty Black Ops 6, but because of all of the issues that are surrounding the game, he can't enjoy Call of Duty Black Ops 6 because of all of the issues that he states in his clip. Now Nadeshot makes a really interesting point that I really do want to address in this little bit, and that is the fact of the tick rate being extremely low compared to other games regarding the servers. So the server tick rate in like Valorant, for example, as he states in his clip, is way better than Call of Duty's, and I think this is completely disgusting in my opinion. It's a complete disgrace, and I'll explain why. First of all, Nadeshot mentions the fact that the reason that Activision and Treyarch and all the other companies haven't invested in the servers is because they see it as, oh, more casual players play the game, so they won't notice the difference in terms of response and all the rest of it. But the amount of casual players that have probably gone away from Call of Duty because of these terrible servers is probably quite high, and that's probably the reason why they keep losing players every single year and not keeping them engaged for the whole game, because the servers are absolutely terrible. There's always lags, you always get kicked out of the game, you always get falsely banned in this game, and that's down to the servers. And the reason that cheats exist in this game is because the network infrastructure is so poor that they can just simply sneak in with no consequences whatsoever, and the anti-cheat that they've got in place clearly isn't doing the job. So you know what, we're just stuck in this loop forever until they fix the servers. If they fix the servers in this game, I guarantee you the game will be more reliable and more secure as a result, and there'll be less cheats and less issues. But Activision are not willing to do that because they don't care about their player base whatsoever. They just care about the money. Now Call of Duty have dug themselves a massive hole in my opinion, as Nadeshot is such a big influencer for the Call of Duty community, people will see his quitting as a sign of maybe I shouldn't play the game as well, because he's a massive influence. You've got to remember, these people such as Nadeshot and all the rest of it have massive audiences who watch him play the game, and they probably a lot of them will be inspired to play the game because of his input or because of other streamers' input. And if they're going to lose them, they're going to lose a lot more money than they think they are. I think lots of players will see this as a sign of not to play the game anymore because they're not playing the game as well. So you know what, if they want to carry on going down this path, be my guest, because ultimately you're just going to lose more and more people's interest, and more YouTubers, streamers are going to quit, and therefore people are not going to play your game. So keep going, Activision, keep going, Call of Duty. This is the way to go if this is what you want to achieve. So Call of Duty have actually responded to this, and I'm going to read you their response right now. An update from Team Ricochet. Several additional detections have been deployed over the last week. Over 20,000 accounts have been banned for engaging in boosted and cheating behaviour, targeting rank play in Warzone and Black Ops 6. Enhanced data center safeguards to ensure a more secure experience for Black Ops 6 rank play. Team Ricochet remains active with teams working throughout the holiday as outlined in our December update. Looking to 2025, we're prioritising adding additional layer of server infrastructure to mitigate stability issues that occur at the server level, additional upgrades to existing kernel drive and server systems, and brand new server-side detection mechanisms. This all sounds good, but there's a little bit of a problem that I'm going to show you right now. So I actually clicked on the link that they advertised in their tweet to see if I could find out a little bit more information about the updates, and for the most part it says all the good things that I expect them to say, such as updating the server tick speed and security for the cheat systems and all that kind of stuff. But then the major issue that I saw was towards the end of the article, which says the following. Looking forward, the team is developing major updates for Ricochet anti-cheat systems, including our kernel level driver and brand new server-side protections, launching during Season 2 and Season 3. More on those updates as we get closer to those season launches. So you're telling me we have to wait till Season 2 and Season 3 for the game to work? Now, I'm not saying it doesn't take a lot of work to perform these updates, and I'm glad they're dealing with them, but the fact that we have to wait this long is insane. We might not get these updates fully optimized and the game actually be ready to be working in effect until probably March, April time, by the time these seasons come out. It is completely insane. These updates should have been done before the game was launched. The fact that this game has been in development for 4 years alone is completely ridiculous. It's like they took 2 years out and just didn't bother to do anything, because this should have just been done. I don't understand. The thing with Call of Duty is when every time a new game releases, sometimes they start off really strong like Black Ops 6 has, but they have to ruin it by having some crappy systems in place such as this, and they don't update key infrastructure, and it's really frustrating. This is basic stuff for a video game. People are paying hundreds of dollars in some cases for bundles, battle passes, different editions of the game, and this is the way you treat your fan base. Absolutely disgusting. I'm actually officially done with this video, so I'm getting really angry talking about it, and I hope when these updates come out this never happens again in future Call of Duties, because if it does, I'm done with the franchise, and I genuinely mean it. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace out.